Tony, tell me about somebody you've met in DC and what that encounter looked like.
I met, many years ago while I was in, many years ago while I was in DC, I felt called to DC to do work to serve people with HIV and AIDS, and on my way to work every day, I would encounter the homeless, I call them my friends on the streets that were there, and how people ignored them. And one of my most amazing encounter was with a lady named Constant. I was on my way home, and it was this blizzard, and she was sitting in front of a CVS there, and I stopped by and I looked at her. I leaned down and I introduced myself to her, and I said, I'm concerned about you. You're going to freeze. Would you like to go into a shelter? And she said, no, I'm fine here. And I said, well, I'm just good. I know you're fine, but I'm concerned about you may freeze. So what can I do? And so what I did was that I went to one of my friends that I started this homeless ministry at National City Christian Church, clean up the parking lots as well as the church steps there. So I told this friend of mine, there's a lady in front of CVS and it's snowing. I'm concerned about her freezing and she doesn't want to go to a shelter. We need to do something. And I said, I know what we'll do. We'll go and see if the CVS have any cardboard boxes and we can rip them up and make a shelter for her. So we did that, and while we were doing it, I remember a guy comes by and he asked, what church are you from? And we told him. He gave us $100. And we like, what do we do with this? So we donated that to the church. And after that, we built this cardboard box for her, and people came by and wanted to take her to a shelter, and I said, as an advocate for her, I said, she doesn't want to go to a shelter. I said, I will make sure she's okay. So build a box around her, and I left the Lord door. I said, every morning I'll come and check in, I'll check on you and making sure you're okay. So we developed this wonderful relationship where I was able to get to know her and ask her questions, not try to pry or anything. And I remember asking her the question, like, what is the needs of the homeless community? And she stated to me, all we want you to do is to acknowledge us. And from that on, it really made a difference in my life, knowing that it's not about the material things, it's about the relationship we have with our brothers and sisters on the streets who are our neighbors. And that really inspired me more to do that work, to be called to live out that call. And then all of a sudden one day I just couldn't deal anymore, and I felt really called to just give up everything and serve the poor. And it was a crazy time of discernment, where I'm sitting lying on the floor. I always slept on the floor, and I had this call to just give up everything. And I didn't know how to do that. It made no sense for me to, like, you mean everything? I was trying to negotiate with this about, people don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
That's only that's the old way of Christian way, but it kept toying with me. And so I had to figure out, how do I make this happen? And I called my spiritual director here, who told me about the Disciple Year program. At the last minute, I had to write this essay. I got it in with tears and everything, and just prayed that God knew my heart.
Beautiful.
And so,
well, Tony, I'm excited to help support you, and I hope many others will help contribute to this ministry. I think My Neighbor Ministry is going to be a beautiful gift to so many. And so we just ask you to contribute what you're able to. Thanks so much.
Sure.